Hello and welcome to another one of these ADD videos. Today we're going to look at the power reduction identities. These identities are important not only in pre-cal and trig, but also in calculus when you're integrating. These are very useful. So the main thing here is that we're going from a squared to a 2 here. Okay? So let's see a couple ways in which these three identities can be used. Notice the only difference between these two is that the sign is minus, the cosine is plus, and then tangent you just divide the two and then the twos cancel. So let's look at an identity first. If I have this one here, I notice this cosine squared, and this is a 4 theta and this is a 2 theta, so that's probably a clue that you should be using your double angle or your power reducing identity, and then this becomes 1 plus cosine of 2 box. Well, what's the box? 2 theta, so 2 times the box all over 2. And don't forget there's a -1 in front. And then the 2's are going to cancel, leaving you with -1 plus 1 cosine of 4 theta. And the -1 plus 1 cancel to give you cosine 4 theta. Okay. The main clue was the fact that this was a 2 theta and this was a 4 theta, and then you notice the square. Okay. Let's go back to the example that was used on the sum and difference video, sine of 105. Let's say you forgot the sum and difference formula for the sine of 105, or just didn't recognize that this was 45 plus 60 degrees. But you do notice that it's half of 210. Well, you could then at that point use the power reduction formula that says sine squared of box equals 1 minus cosine 2 box over 2. So if I have sine squared of 105, that would be 1 minus cosine of 2 times 105 all over 2, and then I can multiply 2 times 105. That's just sloppy. Let me rewrite that. Why is this beneficial to us? Well, you should remember the cosine of 210. 210 is in the third quadrant, and it's got a reference angle of 30 degrees. All right? 210 is the 180 plus the remaining 30. So what you can do is you can just look up the cosine of 30. If you forgot that, just go back to your chart. First one, sine, cosine of 0, pi over 6, or 30 degrees, pi over 4, pi over 3, and then pi over 2. So we have the cosine of that would have been the square root of 3 over 2. And then I have, running out of space there it seems. And then at this point we need the actual sine of 105, so we square root both sides. And normally it would be plus or minus, right? But since 210, or I'm sorry, since 105 is in the first quadrant, then we would use the positive, or the second quadrant, we would use the positive root of right? Because even though the angle we were looking at is 210, the actual angle we're searching for is here. So that one is the positive root, right? When you square root, you get plus or minus, don't forget. So your answer would be the square root of 1 minus root 3 over 2 all over 2 without using the calculator. All right, so a couple uses of the power reducing formulas. Again, you'll see it a lot more in calculus when you're integrating, say sine squared or cosine to the fourth or whatever it is. But for now, just practice a bunch of these problems. There's plenty in your book and on your computer problems, and you can do my practice quizzes as well. Practice is the key to make you better at anything. Hope I've clarified any confusion you might have. Thank you and have a nice day.